It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports, Pete.
Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down, to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
At Rolls Rolo, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
It is the Pete Sousa Show in San Francisco still. Danny Tanner coming to you from the hotel downtown. 55 Park Hotel, I think it's called. It's a nice hotel. We are presented by Slovaceks. March Madness rolls on. Had an NIT game last night. The game ended at like 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock Pacific time, 10:30. I got to bed like around midnight, 12:30. I'm gassed, but I'm loving it. Stanford won. It was very cool to be out here. They beat CSUN, formerly known as Cal State Northridge, but just a lot of fun. I got to work with Scott Williams. Some March Madness notes to get to. It was really cool. You know, Scott played for Dean Smith in the 90s when North Carolina was in its absolute heyday. And he went on to play for the Jordan Bulls and played 15 years in the NBA. But he is a Carolina guy, and he bleeds blue. And he was really getting on my ass for what I said about Carolina and West Virginia kind of getting screwed. And so to watch the game with him was a lot of fun. And, West Virginia got it done. Remember, and we said this, what happened to West Virginia, how they got in the tournament, has no bearing on how they'll do in the tournament. And so far, so good for North Carolina. One note I wanted to hit before the show. We got a couple of interviews that we're going to rerun today because I got to run to make a flight. And Scotty's going to do his picks, which are brand new. I'm guaranteeing, as I hit the alarm, I'm guaranteeing St. John's will go to the Final Four. That's a guarantee. A Pete guarantee. So it's kind of a guarantee, but not really. But I have a very good feeling about St. John's and their defense. I got to talk to former St. John's coach last night, Fran Fraschilla. He was at the game, and we chatted for a little bit. We talked about the head coaching searches and what's going on around the country. And the one thing that Fran said that I want to share with you guys that I believe to be a remedy for what's going on in Morgantown. They just lost Darren DeVries, a great coach, right? One of my initial thoughts is man, Bob Huggins is probably like, hey, look, here I am. I'm sober. I got my act together. I would never have left West Virginia like this if they gave me another chance. But he got a lot of chances there. But I just love Bob Huggins. Will Wade is the guy for West Virginia. Okay, that is the deal. West Virginia, get on the phone with Will Wade. That's not me. That's Fran Fraschilla, and make it happen. It is so unfortunate, the series of events that's going on in Morgantown. But at the same time, we've got to keep the faith. And Will Wade's the answer, in my opinion. Villanova one step closer to Chris Collins, as I understand it. The fact that Mick Cronin is in the mix there is so interesting. When you think about Mick Cronin, you think about a lot of this season, not necessarily very happy at UCLA, at least it seemed. Maybe UCLA is not happy with him. Maybe there's something brewing there where he could exit stage left and everybody could be happy because the buyout would be major league. But yeah, great time last night. Maxime Reynaud, absolutely unbelievable. Write it down. A 7'2" guy who can bomb threes. He's the guy I'm talking about, plays for Stanford. At 22 and 11 last night. The only guy in the country averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds. So keep an eye on him to rise up draft boards. And keep an eye on Scotty Swingler. He's coming up next with his NCAA picks for this year. We also got a rerun of Jana Van Geitenbeek. The Pete Sousa Show is back live tomorrow in Waco, Texas. But that is all today from San Francisco. I'm handing the keys to Scotty, and I will see you tomorrow. What a wonderful time of year. We're getting set to bring up Corey Dickman. One thing I want to say about Slovacic. So there he is. Hey, yeah, Corey Dickman.
There we are.
One more thing about Slovacic. We got a text after the Jana Van Geitenbeek interview yesterday. And Tony from Denver says his go-to is the ground sausage and pepper jack cheese kolache. So there you go. So people from all over the country are talking about Slovacics, and we'd love to talk about him here. And now Corey Dickman is going to talk about how we can eat right now in March, baby.
How we can eat. I think Fran Fraschilla stops at Slovacics when he goes through to come to Waco.
He does. But then if he'll big time you if you ask him if you can get him anything. He's like, I'm good.
Hey,
I don't need you to get me anything.
I saw him one time at Chick-fil-A. I was working there, Pete, one point in time, and he was eating his dinner, and I just went up and talked to him. Nicest guy. I know you know him well. You guys are best friends, but
but isn't that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the kind of guy he is, right? Just eating Chick-fil-A. Yeah, talking to anybody.
Okay. Anyway,
hey, let me ask you a question before we start. What did you think about all the fallout from West Virginia not getting into the tournament and North Carolina getting in? Big deal or no deal?
And Pete, can you still hear me? My earbuds dropped off. Can you still hear me? Okay, I'm gonna take these suckers out. Yeah. It's North Carolina. You know what? You can't keep the Tar Heels out of the tournament, Pete. And I think West Virginia, I don't think did enough. I think they would have been a first round out. North Carolina, I mean, the point guard, Davis.
Yes.
Right. I mean, he could lead them to a Sweet 16 berth. West Virginia, I don't know.
Well, look,
and who's their guy that was hurt? Who's their guy? That was the whole excuse. Excuse.
He's been hurt since December, Corey. Here's what I would say to West Virginia fans that are crying in their coffee once again this morning. you lost to Colorado, the worst team in the Big 12, in your first opportunity in the Big 12 tournament. So that makes it tough. That makes it tough.
And speaking from a fan of a team that also lost to Colorado, who didn't kill our berth in the tournament, but it made it a little difficult. You can't lose to Colorado. So,
but honestly, real quick, I do want to imagine Baylor was not that close. I haven't even thought about this. I get goosebumps thinking about it, like fear goosebumps. Baylor very easily could have traded positions with West Virginia. Like one or two bounces of the ball going the wrong way. Baylor, we're all sitting at home, and Scott Drew and Linda Livingstone is talking to the media, appealing for government help because Baylor got screwed over. So thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah. No, I mean, what was it? A 3-point win against TCU? They're, they're the second to last game of the Big 12 play. I mean, if Baylor doesn't win that game, they get reseeded. I don't know who we'd end up playing in the Big 12 tournament. Lose that first round game. Yeah, I mean, we would have been right there on the bubble too. So, West Virginia, I hear you. Our boy, oh man, what's our boy's name, Pete? We were talking about him last week. West Virginia guy.
Coos.
The Coos. I got to hear what the Coos has to say about this.
Coos is on fire, I bet.
At fire, but anyway, yeah. Pete, I grew up a Tar Heel fan. I don't know why. I just you had to pick Duke or North Carolina, and I was always a North Carolina fan. So I'm glad they got in. You
had to do that in Portland?
We still are Oregon. I mean, I'm an Oregon State household. When I moved to Texas, you naturally just have to grab onto any Oregon team you can. So then I became an Oregon fan just naturally. But Tar Heels were, I had a North Carolina basketball as a kid in my bedroom. I don't know. I just,
that speaks to the power of the Blue Bloods. It really does. It really does.
Man. When I was a kid, my dad, he had an office bracket pool that he would do every year. And my dad, and my dad, Pete, he's a great, he doesn't know anything about college basketball. So he would let me fill it out. And the first year I got to fill it out, I think I was 12. That was the year North Carolina wins with Sean May and Felton, Rashad McCants, and that team that was just stacked. It played Illinois in the final. I think I had 3 of the 4 Final Four teams. I had Illinois, North Carolina. Was it Kentucky? There was some crazy Kentucky game. Anyway, I almost had all 4 Final Four teams. That was the last time I ever did that good. The last time. It's been so long. But everyone in my dad's office thought that was him. They were like, Randy, why did you pick North Carolina? And my dad was like, I like the blue color. So anyway.
Meanwhile, we got Corey Brackets at home sitting in front of like all these papers. All right. Well, by the way, I don't know that now is a good time to tell people that we're going through a tournament drought with you because we're about to give your picks. So let's go.
That's true. Here we go. I'm not a UConn guy, so I've really been screwed the last 2 years. So
these are different too. What we're doing today, for people, just so you know, okay, we're going all in bets, Benjamin bets, whatever you want to call it. It's time to make that March Madness money, right? Yeah. That's what it's time to do, right? And efficient lending brings us these betting segments, and we love efficient lending. Yeah, and I want you to jump out, reach out to efficient lending. If you're looking for, if you're in the market for a house, all right, that's what we need you to do. Okay. Yep. And as much as we talk about the mortgage bet and stuff, that's kind of up to you. We're hoping you guys save your own money and stuff. But this is a way to supplement, right? Do you want a 4-bedroom house or do you want a 6-bedroom house? Like this is the opportunity. Yeah. So how many picks do you have for us today, Corey?
All right, Pete, I got 5 picks.
I have 5 picks. Too.
Oh, you got 5 too. Okay, I got 5 picks, but then I got the mortgage bet. So it's technically 6. Well, and then I have 2 futures, so it's technically 8. But we'll go quickly, okay?
Let's do it. Hold on. I want to be able to write these down as you go. Oh, Scotty's got him. All
right, Scotty, you got him, Scotty. Okay, Scotty. I think. Are we going in order, Scotty? I think we're gonna go in order here. That's my assumption.
Yes,
we're gonna start. We're going in order. All right, Pete. We have an 8 seed here that I think will cover, and that's Gonzaga -5.5. I think this is going to be part of the secret sauce of this tournament. The SEC, I know 14 teams in the tournament. They're going to have a terrible first and second round. Awful.
Okay.
I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be bad, and the selection committee is going to be under fire yet again that they let in 14 teams when honestly it was a top-heavy league. If we're being honest, there's 4 teams in that league that dominate. The other 10, Pete, I think you could have left them out, but whatever. So give me Gonzaga -5.5 over the Georgia Bulldogs in the.
I liked it. Great graphic too, Scotty. All right, so we got Gonzaga.
Awesome. And remember, Pete, I know you're at home. You're just picking your bracket, so the point.
No, we're doing these against the spread.
We're doing these against the spread. So
Yeah.
5.5. Gonzaga has to win by 6, and they are going to. All right.
Okay.
I know I just said the SEC was crap, but Arkansas +4.5. And Scotty, did we have Kansas here on accident? Is that where the check mark is going? I can't. Oh no. Okay, good. All right, just making sure. I trust Scotty Swingler. What's our boy's name? Fland? Is that his last name? He's coming back for this game.
Okay, yeah.
Fland is his first name. It's an interesting name. When Arkansas was at its peak this season, he was playing. He's been out a long time. Guess who's coming back in this first round match, Pete? So Arkansas will be full strength. This is probably the matchup of the 2 greatest coaches in the last 15 years, like hands down.
Certainly, certainly when you look at the tournament.
Yeah. Well, okay. And who's the Mississippi State coach? I have no idea. But I'm saying, Scotty, I'm saying coach versus coach. You got to have both coaches in order to have that win there. So okay. So Arkansas +4.5. Kansas is on. Man, this was a season they need to forget. Move on in life. 4.5 points is too many. Arkansas underdog in this. They're going to outright win it. But give me the +4.5 just to cover the spread.
Okay. All right. I got you. So you got Arkansas over Kansas +4.5. Here we go.
Now,
this is a big one.
This is a big one. Our producer extraordinaire, Scotty, I think we're on the same page here. I love Rick Pitino and St. John's. I think this team has the grit. They clearly play defense. They're like, 4th in the country in defensive efficiency. They want to get at it. This is a team that I don't think will let up against anybody. And Omaha comes in here. Was this their first year making it? Isn't this their first year? Or
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay. Well, anyway, St. John's -18.5. They're going to lock down this Omaha team. There's no way they don't win this game going away by 27, 28 points. I mean, Omaha will not be able to score. St. John's is going to cruise.
Interesting wrinkle with St. John's. I heard this stat yesterday. The last time with this type of shooting resume made it to the Final Four because they can't shoot that well, right?
No.
We're both Rick Pitino teams at Louisville. One won a championship and the other went to the Final Four. So the last time you looked at a team and said, oh, they can't shoot, but they play great defense. Will they make it to the tournament or win the championship? Yeah, Rick Pitino's done that twice with teams just like this. He's done it. Yeah. So I couldn't agree more.
That was a big time. You're talking about the one they played Michigan, right? I think in the finals. Or I mean, that's great Louisville team. Yeah. So give me St. John's. Give me Rick Pitino. Okay. Slaughters Omaha. Just slaughters them. Not even close. Okay. All right. Moving on. Now, we talked about Calipari, Arkansas. Now we go to his old team, Kentucky. I don't believe him, Pete. I've told you, the SEC, it's 4 teams deep. Count them, 4. Troy is going to win. Troy is going to upset Kentucky. I know the Kentucky offense is incredible. It's a beautiful brand of basketball, blah, 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 blah. Troy comes in. They're hungry. They have a great point guard. I'm forgetting his name, but he was the player of the year in that conference. Troy is going to win this game. Forget the +10.5. You want to for sure take +10.5. Take the outright win here, Pete. It's +550. Take the win. Count your money at the table, or don't count your money at the table. Go collect it at the cage when you check out. Give me Troy.
A little bit of varnish, I think. I think that's what they call it. A little bit of add to that. Mark Pope has never won an NCAA tournament game, so it could be.
He's still not. He's still not going to win one. Yeah.
So there you go. He's never coached to win an NCAA tournament game. So God, if he lost that game, that would be crazy. Okay.
Oof. Can't wait. At first, I thought this was Troy that's 15 minutes down the road from Waco. I had to research. Not that Troy. It's a different Troy. I'm joking. Okay. All right, last one. This one's a little sketchy because we don't know who Illinois is going to play. Xavier or the frauds from UT that should not be in this tournament, but that's fine. So it's UT. It's Pete. I don't want to break any news, but that program has a lot of money down there. So whatever. Illinois, it doesn't matter. Xavier, UT, they could play. Who else? They're going to win this. I love Illinois. I think Illinois is a lock for the Sweet 16. I think Illinois is going to make some noise in this March Madness bracket or this tournament pool. But 5.5, they're covering the spread.
Wow. Okay, I disagree, but we'll move on.
I've watched one Big Ten game this season. It featured Illinois. I saw it, Pete. I saw the look in their eye.
I saw one too where they lost to Duke by 60. So.
Well, but it's Duke. It's that doesn't count. They're not playing Duke. They're playing Xavier or the frauds from Austin. So they're going to win anyway.
I can't wait till Baylor beats Duke in the second round, and we're all talking about it. Okay, go ahead. Next one.
All right, the mortgage. This is Mike Nelson, efficient lending mortgage. Mike Nelson. You want to buy a house? Call Mike. You have maybe sketchy credit? Call Mike. Pete, you let us off really well talking about Mike Nelson, efficient lending. He gets it done. The man is a wizard. He has a great YouTube channel too. Go check out his YouTube channel. We're big fans of Mike Nelson. He approved of this mortgage bet. Okay, he maybe doesn't approve of you actually putting your mortgage up to make a bet, but he did like the bet.
Did he really?
He liked it. This is where we're going. So remember, mortgages, we pick two teams and we get to tease it down a little bit so it's in our favor. So the bet it's money in, money out. You put $100 in, you make 100. Okay? We're not trying to swing for big fences here, okay, Pete? Because you have to pay your mortgage. So let's not have this be super risky. The Cougars from Houston. The number one team, Pete, they were so close to being the number one overall seed in this deal. Give me your quick thoughts on Houston. You watched them.
I love them. I called a few of their games. I think Kelvin Sampson's on our current Mount Rushmore of coaches active that are, just the best in the country, obviously. And then I just think that the shooting that they have this year with Emmanuel Sharp and LJ Cryer separates them. I think they would have gone to the Final Four last year if Jamal Shed didn't get hurt. I really believe this could be Houston's year. I am in love with the Cougars more than anything because, defense travels. So you're always going to have that grit and that toughness that's going to keep you close no matter what. So Houston was always going to be an MFer, but now they have shooting, which I think will put them, in maybe a game this year where the shooting doesn't come through, they're still going to beat you with defense, right? But more often than not, they will generate enough points to complement that great defense. So I look for, this could be a championship run for the Cougars. It really could be.
It very could be if I can get my words out, Pete. I'm going to quote my amazing mother-in-law, Ellen, who never watches any basketball. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt.
Where is she? She's in the Houston area, right?
She lives in Houston. Yep, they're Houston. So, now they're Baylor. My father-in-law, her husband went to Baylor. Her daughter went to Baylor. Her son-in-law clearly went to Baylor. So they're Baylor people, but she roots for Houston, let's be honest. And we're there last weekend. A game Baylor should have won. It was heartbreaking the way we let that second half lead drop to Houston. But she said something to me that stuck. And she said, Corey, can Baylor trade for that Sharp guy? And I said, it doesn't really work that way. But no, we can't trade for him. There's a thing called a portal, and I had to explain what that was. That was a 20-minute conversation. The point of it being, Pete, if I had to pick 5 players from the entire tournament, you let me put my team together and I get the pool of all of them, I'm taking Sharp as one of my 5. I think that guy's a dog. He gets at it. He was the reason why Houston came back and beat Baylor on that final Saturday. So Houston, for the sake of this, in the teaser, so they're minus 28.5. They're playing
28.5.
28.5. They're playing, I don't even know what the SIU stands for, but it's SIU Edwards as the 16 seed. We're going to tease that down to only 24 points. So Houston has to win by 24 points to cover the tease here. Scotty, I'm not sure how we laid the graphic out, but I'll go into the second one just in case, because I'm not sure. The second part of the tease, Missouri. So I told you, the league is top heavy. 4 teams. Missouri can score the ball. Missouri will be our 5th team out of the SEC to do well in this tournament. It starts with Drake, and not Drake Toll, who used to be he's a friend of the network with
I love Drake Toll.
We love Drake Toll. This is not Drake Toll. This is the Drake University. Missouri is favored by 6.5. This offensive juggernaut. We're going to tease that down to -2. -2. Just win by a field goal, basically. So these both have to happen for us to hit the efficient lending mortgage bet. But that's what we got to start calling this, the efficient lending mortgage bet. It's in the contract Mike Nelson signed this morning. So Houston minus 24, coupled with Missouri -2. That's your mortgage bet. Your significant others will be happy that you have paid your mortgage for next month, and your bracket will be doing a little better too.
All right, so that is because I'm writing these down. So here's what I have for you. Okay.
Okay.
I have Gonzaga minus 5.5 over Georgia.
Yep.
Arkansas plus 4.5 over Kansas. St. John's minus 18.5 over Omaha. Troy plus 10.5 over Kentucky. And then we've got Illinois, who Corey can see going to the Final Four, apparently, over either Texas or Xavier. That doesn't matter.
I didn't say Final Four. What do you say? I didn't say Final Four.
Over Texas.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
The Mike Nelson efficient lending mortgage bet. We're going to tease Houston down to 24 and Missouri down to 2, right? And Houston over SIU Edwards. You know, dude, my buddy Tony Hayden and I talk. Tony comes on the show every so often to talk. He played college hoops at Mount St. Mary's, and he's loves the White Lotus, so we'll talk about that. Tony was making a great point because when he was a senior at Mount St. Mary's, they played Michigan State in the first round. He was a walk-on, he earned a scholarship, was a key player on the team. He just said it was like they were in quicksand against these guys. And it's kind of amazing when you think about it. It would almost be, I said this yesterday, if like the Houston Texans on their road to the Super Bowl, they had to play like Sam Houston State in the first round. Like that's how crazy the disparages are. And right, like disparity in some of these teams. I mean, because some of them we're talking private jets all season long, amazing nutrition, amazing athletes, and then you got a team that plays in front of 800 people a game, right? Like flying around on some BS plane with me and you. Yeah. Like it's crazy. It really is. Like the NBA tournament is bananas, especially the first couple rounds. And it's one of the best things on earth because we might see an upset or two.
Yeah. I think that the blueprint, and I know we went years without a 16 seed upsetting a 1. And then in the last 5, we've had it happen twice. But both times, Virginia and Purdue were more like these defensive, grind it out, throw it into Zach Edey teams. That's not Houston. They will defensively lock you down, but they can score the ball too. And that's where it's just hard for these 16 seeds to keep up offensively. They need it to be a grind of a game. Houston is not going to grind out this game. It's going to be a lot of offense.
And nobody's getting comfortable over there at Houston. Like I got a chance to see them practice a couple times this year. Like the kid Uzan, who's like their best player. Yeah. In a lovingly coaching way, Kelvin Sampson just rides his ass all practice long. Yeah. Like if the guy does something great, the next play, if he does something a little off, he's like, there you are resting on your laurels. A message like that. It's like these guys stay motivated.
He asked him, didn't he ask Kelvin to be like, be hard on me?
Yes.
He asked him that, didn't he? Yeah, he wanted that.
And now, by the way, people are talking about him being a first round pick, possibly.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But the fact that you said possibly, this with like, the all-star guard or forward that's going in the first 5 picks. This is a team that they are like not thinking. I mean, I'm sure they all think what they want to do after they play at Houston, NBA, overseas, G League, whatever. This team cares about what they need to do right now. And I think that's what is valuable when it comes to this tournament. So, okay, right. One final thing before I go.
Yeah.
Okay. What? You tell me.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Futures. Now,
yes!
I'm not divulging my picks because I want to pitch you and Scotty on doing a little bracket challenge. And maybe we promote that on Rogue Media for the next couple days, see how many people we get to sign up. I'll talk to you about that later. So I'm not going to tell you my picks. But I'm going to tell you my value picks here for the future, for futures of the NCAA tournament. And we look at the odds here. You have the Duke Blue Devils at plus 280, Florida at plus 390, Auburn, Houston. These are the favorites. We got to dig down, Pete, to find the gold.
Yeah.
And we got 2 here. Okay? These are teams that are a little bit long shots, odds-wise, but are still solid teams that if they found themselves in the championship game, you would not be surprised. And the first team from the Big 12, Texas Tech, and our other team, St. John's, who we talked about already, plus 3,000 and plus 3,200. That means you put $100 in, you win $3,000. I mean, Pete, if you saw Tech or St. John's in the championship game, would they be massive underdogs against whoever they would be playing?
You're telling me that – hold on. I got to wrap my brain around this. You're telling me that St. John's is a 32 to
32 to 1 odds. I'm looking at it here on FanDuel. Crazy. Wow. Crazy. Now, I think that's because clearly FanDuel values the top 4 seeds heavily. And then the fifth best odds is Alabama at 20 to 1. That's your 5th best odds. You almost could just go down the list and start, selecting certain picks if you wanted. You could say.
I'll tell you what. Usually, I cut clips after the show. My first stop is putting a bet in on St. John's to win the national championship after this. Thank you very much, Corey Dick.
That's good. It does. So,
real good.
Go Eagles.
And honestly, that means that over the course of the year, we were positive. We were in the black.
We were in the black. We were totally in the black. The only thing that hurt me was the rushing. Like this, because Jalen Hurts ended up leading the game in rushing, and that, where was Saquon, Pete? I needed Saquon.
That's could be over too. Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right.
All right, March Madness, we're going to do better. Corey Dickman, we appreciate it. Pete Sousa Show presented by Slovacek. We're going to come back with one last segment after this. Scotty Swingler, great job, by the way. Take us to break.
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at a stop. I thought I was fine, and then once I got home, I realized it's a lot worse than I thought. I ended up having a ruptured disc. You say you're not hurting, and then an hour later, you're saying you're in all this pain. I just felt like most people would think that I was lying. That's when I decided to call Daniel Stark. I owe a lot to Daniel Stark. They really got me what I deserved.
The difference is stark.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Unlock your full potential with On It, your go-to for premium supplements, fitness gear, and wellness essentials. Whether you're training hard, recovering faster, or just looking to feel your best, On It has the tools you need to perform at your peak. Visit Onnit, that's ONNIT.com, and elevate your mind, body, and spirit today. At Rolls Rolla, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today. At Toussaint's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Toussaint's.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down, to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
All right, the Pete Sousa Show, getting ready to wrap up from San Francisco. Basketball tonight, ESPN2, Stanford and CSUN, formerly known as Cal State Northridge. I obviously don't pick these games, but I did find it odd that Stanford's only a 6.5-point favorite, which is good news to me because that seems like it'll make for an exciting game. Stanford has this dude, Maxime Reynaud, who is one of the best players in the country, so that's a reason to stay up late and watch. I mean, the guy's 7'1". He is 9th in the nation in rebounding and 15th in scoring. Only player in the country to average a double-double every night. To average 20 and 10. His 23 double-doubles are the most in the country, more than our boy Norshad Omir. And the guy shoots about 6 threes a game. So he'll take you out deep, and at 7 feet, it's always like crazy to watch. Scotty, let's do my picks real quick before we get out of here. And you can just throw them up one at a time. Okay. Texas, I love over Illinois. That's my first one. Okay. Texas is going to beat Xavier, and Rodney Terry. I think we forget about how much talent and how souped up that car in Austin really is. Texas could go to the Sweet 16. So I like Texas over Illinois. That's one of my first round bets. Second pick, Swingler, hit it. There you go. Mount St. Mary's and American. I guarantee they will beat Mount St. Mary's. Why do I guarantee? Because Tony Hayden, friend of the show, who played at Mount St. Mary's, says that Mount St. Mary's is awful. He went to see him the other night, and he can't believe they won. He said their coach is amazing, but Mount St. Mary's is awful.
Pete, so when we said we were doing first rounds picks, I didn't think you were including first four. So I thought you were picking American to beat Duke.
No.
I was going to give you so much crap.
No, for Christ's sakes. No. Yeah, there you go. Unless they get into an accident or they all get held hostage on the way to the game. No. The Duke basketball team is not going to get abducted and ultimately have to forfeit to American. All right, next, because American's going to win. BYU and VCU. This is an easy one. BYU is not a team, by the way, who I love, like, in the tournament. Let me do a quick search on this, actually. I want to find out because I think for some reason BYU, and this has happened in years past, they're so much better when they play in the evening. And this game is a 105 tip. And that's I bet that's why the spread is as low as it is. It's a 105 tip. So we still like BYU. BYU's still going to cover. That's a Thursday game, but that's a little closer than I'd hope. So of all my picks, I want you to be cautious with this one, but I still like BYU. But I'm telling you, for some reason, those guys suck in the afternoon. They always have. I don't know if it's a Mormon thing or what, but be careful with that. All right, next one. Scotty, keep it rolling. UCLA. I think this is an easy one. I think these are, some of these conferences are so good that, and they beat the hell out of each other all season long, that I believe that we overlook sometimes really how powerful they are. And UCLA, like, no doubt about it, should take care of business and win by at least 3 baskets. All right, next one, Scotty. I disagree with Corey wholeheartedly. Kentucky's going to beat the SHIT out of Troy. So there you have mine. And is that it for me, Scotty? That's it for my picks.
All right, we didn't get to this yesterday, so now I'm going to give you my picks, and we'll see if I can outdo Corey or Pete. Maybe we'll all end up going like 3-2 on the weekend or something. We'll find out. But hey, straight up, so one of my picks agrees with each of the guys, and then I've got 3 picks that are different. First of all, I agree with Pete. I think this Texas team is hot at the right time, underrated, perfectly capable of getting out of the first round, and so I've got Texas beating Illinois in that matchup. The one where I agree with Corey big time, I think Arkansas is going to demolish Kansas, in part because I think this is the weakest Kansas team in a very long time. I think Coach Calipari is obviously one of the few coaches who can kind of measure up with Bill Self as a head guy. When I saw Kansas lose to Baylor here in Waco in person, I really got a negative view of that Kansas team. Not a negative, you know what I'm saying? Like their roster to me is very underwhelming. I think Hunter Dickinson, I'm being a hater a little bit here as a Baylor guy, but Hunter Dickinson, probably the most overrated superstar in the sport of college basketball, in my opinion. I think Arkansas is going to steamroll Kansas. So I think that's a really safe pick. I thought that was great on Corey. Here's where I diverge from the guys, and I think I really like what I've got here. So first of all, give me New Mexico to upset Marquette, but you're getting 3.5 points if you take New Mexico. I really like this matchup. New Mexico, if you look at their results, they haven't just won a lot of games. They've won a lot of games big. This is a very, very good team. Marquette, I think one of those name brand March Madness teams most years that might be a little overrated here. And then the other matchup that I really like as far as an upset goes is give me McNeese State with 7.5 points to cover the spread, if not win outright, but certainly to cover the spread against Clemson. Man, I've got a little Southland Conference love after I went through with the Baylor softball team to 2 Southland campuses last week. McNeese State, another team that has won a lot of games big and beaten some impressive teams on their resume. Clemson, certainly it's all task for them, but I do have this in my bracket as a McNeese State victory. That's my biggest swing. I love McNeese State there. And then, in this matchup, another 8-9 matchup. I was really tempted to take Baylor in an 8-9 matchup, but this Baylor basketball team might blow out Mississippi State, and they might disappoint me. So I will take 8 seed UConn giving up 4.5 to beat Oklahoma. I think Dan Hurley's going to have his team motivated. You know, two-time defending national champs. I think Oklahoma is just overwhelmed here by the experience and the caliber of coaching of UConn. Give me UConn giving up 4.5 to beat Oklahoma. Another freebie. I think Colorado State has a really good shot at an upset victory as well, but I will take Texas. I will take Arkansas, I will take New Mexico, I will take McNeese, and I will take UConn. Those are my 5 picks. Take them to the bank. We'll see if Scotty Swingler can outdo Pete and Corey, and we'll be talking some smack about that next week, I'm sure.
We'll be right back after these quick words from our sponsors. This is Rogue Media Network.
The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com.
At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss. BizChair.com, your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business.
And now, back to our show. It is March Madness, and we've got an unselfish young woman with us. All-time leader, Colorado women's basketball in high school and assists, sharing her time with us. Jana Van Geitenbeek, a member of the Baylor Bears, headed to the NCAA tournament once again. Thank you so much for getting up and starting your day with us, Jana.
Thank you for having me. This is a great way to start my day.
And a great way to finish your night last night. You guys are all together at Foster Pavilion. I would imagine it's maybe a little more special because you know you're probably going to be playing at home. You get the draw. You see the draw. What's the instant reaction for you?
Well, we were a little bit worried about if we were going to host or not. So seeing that we were the 4 seed was like very exciting for us because we all wanted to host. Obviously, nobody wants to leave, but so we're really excited.
What is that like when because you were one of the first ones revealed, so it was almost like it probably took a lot of the stress. Like right at the top of the show, it showed that you guys were going to host, like in the first 5 minutes, so you didn't have to wait on pins and needles for that long. Correct. Was that a relief?
Yes, as soon as I saw us, I was like, wait, what? They already put us out there? And then I was like, oh, we can leave?
How was the reception from the public? This is you got a huge fan base here, and they were invited to Foster to share the time with you. How special was that?
Our fans are really amazing. Like so many people showed up yesterday. We had to go get more chairs. Like it was really cool that everybody came, and they're like, the fans are just so cute. I mean, half of them are decked out in Baylor gear, like just for a 30-minute show, just to come support us. So that means so much to us. So thank you if you guys are watching.
So you got Grand Canyon, and that's going to be March 21st, obviously at home. My days are screwed up. March. I know that's 4 days from now. I don't know exactly what
Mine
day
are
that
also
is.
screwed up, so it's okay.
Yeah. What do you guys know about Grand Canyon, and what are you doing right now? Like, what's the first order of business in preparation for them?
So I personally don't know too much about Grand Canyon other than the fact that they're a really great team. I'm pretty sure they only lost like 2 games this season. So any team that does that is dangerous. So we have to really prepare. You asked like the first thing that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's, for a team, like, because you've been around this for a little bit, and, lucky for the rest of the team, you have tournament experience as a veteran. Like, what's kind of the mindset as far as, like, how do you prepare for your first opponent in the NCAA tournament?
Film. Lots of film. I mean, even, like, right after the selection show, there was film ready for us to break down and watch and see. And, because the tournament is so cool because you meet up with teams that you never would play, and it just shows like different levels. It's cool. I'm excited, and I'm glad that it's a good team.
Yeah, no, they're a solid team, and another solid team too. We don't want to look too far ahead, but Mississippi is also coming to Waco.
Mm-hmm.
They're in your little bracket, little quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten LSU, they've beaten Kentucky. Is there any attention to them yet at all, knowing that they're coming to Waco, or is it strictly Grand Canyon?
Just strictly Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Nikki is like very good about, we're present where our feet are, and we have to win this game. Like, this is the most important game of the season. So that's the only one we're thinking about.
How have you seen Coach Nikki grow, by the way, Coach Colin? I mean,
oh my gosh.
You've been here with her, right?
Yeah.
So did you transfer in her second year, right?
Second year, yeah. So she had already been for 1.
So you've seen her evolve as a big-time D1 college coach.
Yeah.
How has she grown as you've grown?
Coach Nikki is literally an angel. Like, that's my second mom and also my head coach. So I'm so blessed. But she has had the hardest job ever, and people don't understand that. And there's so many outside voices and the media and whatever. Coach Nikki takes everything on the chin. Like, she will never throw us under the bus. She's grown in the way that she communicates with us, how she loves us. Like, if she coaches us in a way that she doesn't like, she'll apologize. Like, she is empathetic and just awesome. Every year I like her more. So
And she's an open book too, like you mentioned. Like, she's had the hardest job ever. Obviously, you come in here, you're taking over for a legend. There's all kinds of stuff around that, and she's found a way in such a difficult situation to just. She's so likable, but yet so successful. And there's magic that goes on with you guys behind closed doors that we don't see. That obviously makes you guys so successful. So she's somebody from afar if you're someone like me, you end up admiring. Yeah.
I haven't met many people who don't like her. She's awesome. I don't know how I couldn't.
All right, so you're awesome too. I want to go backwards a little bit to your contribution to the team. In November, here you are. You're somebody who this team is really going to count on. I've had a chance to call some of your games. There's an energy, intelligence that comes with your play. You're one step ahead of everybody else, and you're really fast, which is very scary.
Thank you.
when you combined all that stuff, how have you found a way to, I saw you randomly, Jana. That's how we got this connection. I saw you at a CVS like a day after you had been hurt, and I didn't know you were hurt. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it was like emotional. It had just happened.
You would ask me if I was okay, and I was like, I can't talk right now. I'm going to cry.
But now here you are. You've moved out of a situation that could have been like a darker situation. You've moved out of that into the light. And so now you're like a contributor, a real contributor to this team, even though you're not on the floor. How did you find a way to figure out a role in that regard? Because let me tell you something else. I've been calling a lot of games this year for ESPN, men's games. And when guys don't play sometimes, some dudes are just disconnected. And that's fine. I don't, but they're there, but they're not there. You're there and you're present and you're involved and you're positive and it's contagious.
Thank you. I guess I don't know. Honestly, like God definitely has something to do with this. I haven't felt like, the lows besides the week that it happened. I have not like been that sad. Because I've found ways to impact the team. I know that like my energy is contagious, and so if I was to stop or check out, that would be really selfish. Like I would feel terrible about that. Especially like I'm still receiving all of the things that my teammates are getting. I'm getting the gear, I'm getting free school, like etc. So if I still owe my coaches, my team, all these things, and I get to come back again. So I'm like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I guess that's just how I think of it.
Yeah, that's what I was pumped when I asked you that question. I was like, "Are you going to come back?" And you said yes. I was like, "Nice," because then I saw you again with your dad Tony at Slovacics, the sponsor of this show.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, we go every time now. And every time
Slovacics, right?
Yes. And every time my parents come in, they get me stuff. They bring it. It's a whole thing. I love it.
What's your favorite thing at Slovacics?
Oh my gosh, it's like this bacon wrapped sausage cheddar. I don't know what it is. It's so good.
It's unbelievable. Well, was there a conversation that someone on the staff, whether it was Coach Colin or somebody else, that said to you in that week, like, "Hey, we got you. You're going to stay with us, and we're going to keep you involved"?
Yeah, 100%. I never once felt like, oh, now I'm not going to be part of the team, or now X, Y, and Z. Like, actually, after I tore it that night, my coach, like, how we go and we sing the Baylor line, yeah, and we always do that after every game, and my coaches, they didn't even stay out there for that. They came straight to the training room to check on me. And then when Coach Nikki came, she just like came, hugged me. She was like, "I'm requiring you to come back next year." And I just thought that was so sweet, because it's nice to feel wanted by your coach, but also like there was no doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to come back, if that made sense. Like I tear it. I'm like, oh, great. I'm not going to play my senior year with my best friends. Super depressing. And then I was like, I'll get another year. So here we go.
So here we go. And we're going now. A lot of this going has been you guys against TCU, one of the best teams in the country now. They're on the total other side of the bracket. So if you guys were to see them, I think it would be in the finals. But that's a rivalry a lot of people around this area have been like, wow, this is pretty awesome, because TCU the turnaround's been amazing, right? They've got stars. And they've got coaching, and now there's like a rivalry brewing. How cool has it been to be a part of that rivalry? I mean, that game at the end of the regular season championship at Foster was electric, and then again at the tournament, there's something special happening there.
Yeah, I agree. And I think rivalries are super important for sport. Like it just helps everything, and gets us more attention, which is good. And like our fans at the in-conference championship, oh my gosh, it was amazing. I've never seen that many people there. And it's cool to be a part of a rivalry. It's cool that TCU has turned around, whatever they had going on. I'm not going to compliment them too much, but it is cool. And I have a few friends on that team, so it's nice to see your friends win, just not when it's against you. So.
All right, so what about Dariana Little Page Bugs? She comes back to this team. Mm-hmm. That I don't know that people that are watching from 30,000 feet really understand the impact of her and the return to the club. What huge. Does it mean to you guys?
It's energy. It's a double. Like she is so awesome. She's just like an energy giver. That's what we always talk about, that you don't want to be an energy taker, you want to be an energy giver. And that is Bugs to a T. Like she is our biggest cheerleader. She wants to play so bad. She's competitive. She just brings like a different kind of edge that we were missing when she was gone. And everybody stepped up so well when she was gone, so that's good. But we're very happy to have her back.
Yeah, but that is cool too. It's like on the men's side, you see it. Even Duke might be. You could say, okay, Cooper Flagg got hurt, and that's something they're going to have to deal with. But other guys have stepped up. They won the ACC championship. Like, people kind of find their roles in these absences. So it's possible it could help your team. Now, by the way, to the men's side, I can do like 6 degrees of separation and bring it back to you. Everybody's freaking out last night that West Virginia didn't get into the tournament on the men's side. But I can look at you and your buddy Julian Hammond from Cherry Creek High School. Colorado beat West Virginia in the Big 12 tournament, and that really put West Virginia out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Julian. Were you guys, by the way, were you guys in high school at the same time?
Yeah, we've literally been best friends since, I don't know, since I met him.
Yeah.
Sophomore year of high school. Yeah.
And he was a dual threat guy in high school, football, basketball, great player, amazing career at Colorado. But to the men's side, what do you think about? Let me tell you, I don't like Baylor's draw. I think it's tough. I think their first, if you beat Mississippi State, then you got to play Duke. Yeah, that's rough. What do you see a pathway for Baylor to the Sweet 16?
To be honest, yes. I think that this year, like, all of the or they're not even gonna make the tournament, whatever, blah blah blah. Like, people are just haters sometimes, and like, you're just talking to hear yourself. But I feel like once they, got into the tournament, then they're going to go on a run. I feel like it's just going to come together for them.
Yeah, I like what Coach Drew said last night. We get to be the hunters now. You know, we've been the hunted for so long, and you know what that's like too, life at the top. You get that bullseye on your back, life can become a little bit more difficult.
So I think, now they're underdogs. Nobody's expecting much, and now they can prove who they are. I think that they're going to do well.
All right, I agree. By the way, a couple more things for you. I'll let you get going. I know you got a busy day. What about your team? And I love you mentioned that. Like, there's so much. I swear to God, I stay positive on this show. Once in a while, I'll bug out when something frustrates me. Like, later on, I'll probably talk about how West Virginia should have gotten in or something like that. But I was an athlete. I kind of understand what that's like a little bit, but there was not the noise that there is today.
Oh yeah.
Back when I was, playing. So how do you guys stay together and filter all that nonsense out? Like, all the social media, all of it. I mean, it's got to be like a 24-hour day job, because you want to stay connected online, have a presence, and be positive yourself. But at the same time, when you open up your phone, it's like, wow.
Yeah, totally. Honestly, like, after games, or like something bad happened that we know people are going to talk about, we'll like go on Facebook and just laugh at the things that these people say. Like, and it's so funny because they're probably commenting being like, oh, wow, they're paying us so much peace of mind, whatever. Like, dude, we're playing D1's basketball. Like, you probably didn't do that. I don't know what you're doing. Like, your words they're not hurting us. Like, yeah. So, I mean, it's just funny. It's actually jokes to see what people say.
And I would imagine the camaraderie in your team, from Sarah Andrews to you to Bugs, it's just there's a real tight-knit family type vibe there around that group. And I would think that's something that's difficult to penetrate for the outside.
Yeah, I agree. And like our staff does the same thing, kind of just blocking out the noise. And honestly, we probably do a good job of that because Coach Nikki has to do it every single day. And just hear that all the time. And like, we see her filter it out and, stay strong and proud. And so we just kind of follow in line with that.
What are some of the advantages, one or two, of actually playing at home? Like, how big of an advantage is that in the NCAA tournament, that the first 2 games of this journey, right, hopefully to a Final Four, to a championship, start in your backyard, like sleeping in your own bed, like all that stuff? How important is that?
It's huge. Like, I was talking to our strength coach, Caleb, yesterday. If we had to leave, you have to figure out, okay, when can we use the weight room? When can we do this? Everybody, the stress is higher. People have to make schedules, order us food. It's the whole thing that is way easier at home.
Yeah.
And sleeping in your own bed, like you said, that's huge. And then having our own fans. Selfishly, my parents get to come this week, so I'm pumped up. And yeah, it just makes everything easier, I think. And very glad we're hosting.
What does the off season look like for you, like physically and preparing to get back to 100%? Like, where are you at in your rehab?
I'm almost 4 months post-op, maybe 3.5. I don't really know. I get to start, I'm like slowly doing more things. I ran in the pool a little bit ago. I guess I really don't know what it looks like because it's day to day. But I will be around training, doing something.
All right. So this is the last question. 15 years from now, 20 years from now, right? Let's say you have a great career, whether it's WNBA, overseas, or whatever you want to do. But now it's life after basketball. What's Jana Van Geitenbeek up to?
Who knows? I have no idea. Honestly, something in sports, probably. I feel like I could maybe do something with media. But I also really like the operation side of things. I feel like I could run some stuff.
You run some stuff when you're on the floor, so that makes sense.
Yeah, right? So maybe I'd be good. Something in the sports world, though. And also, I want to be happy. So whatever's going to make me happy.
Well, the happiness, I think, is like bigger than you, and it's clear that it comes right through you. So I think that's going to stay. So would you coach?
I would coach, yeah.
Yeah.
I would honestly, I would do a lot of different things. And I want to because I want to expand my brain. So
yeah. Well, you stay coachable, and that's why you're such a success. Jana, thank you so much. For real. Thank you for taking the time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
It's the Sousa Show. Sports.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down, to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at 70 miles an hour. I was injured, had a concussion. The insurance company, they delayed. They were playing games from the initial conversation. They weren't going to help me. The biggest thing I learned through this is that you can't go through this alone. I called Daniel Stark. They were going to help me and everything was going to be all right. Daniel Stark got me 10 times the insurance company offered.
The difference is stark.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit internx.com today and take control of your digital life. That's internxt.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. We are Rogue Media Sports.